Well, hello, hello. I am so excited to welcome to my show, Kissie Lee. Man,
Yes.
I've been seeing your face and video all over. I got a DJ pack about your music. I was like, oh, sis is working.
Honey, that's what we're doing. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so excited that you're here. A few things going on that I want to ask you about. But first, how you feeling? How your day been? How's life?
Today's been good. I have a 2-year-old daughter, so I've been running around with her. She's very active today, and we're potty training. So that's how today's been going.
That's crazy busy.
Yes.
Well,
my bad about that.
there's nothing wrong with it. Did you have a good Mother's Day?
I did. We just played outside, did like little stuff, and then went out to eat. It was really nice.
I saw your beautiful daughter on social media, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to pinch her little cheeks.
Her cheeks are so chunky. Her name is Denver Moon.
Denver Moon, it's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Denver, so you've kind of lived a few different places. Is that inspired you to name her Denver Moon because you are from Denver, Colorado, lived in, kind of have been to different places?
Yes, I did. I don't know why I did that, but I just love that name. And I really do love Denver. I love Colorado. I love being from there. So, yeah.
Got you. I see how you tied that all in. I see how you
right.
Well, another tie-in that I've noticed when it comes to your R&B music is that it feels very nostalgic. It feels really authentic, but it kind of takes me back like, oh my gosh, but it got this new vibe to it. Is that how you want people to feel when they listen to your music?
Yep, because my parents, they're like very old souls, and they're from North Philly, and my dad's from South Side of Chicago, so they're already from like the soul cities. So in our house, all they did was play music. We went to cookouts, like it was just always house parties and music. So I got all that music in me, and it's like basically the sound that I love, and I like to incorporate it in my music, but still keep it like relevant.
So I feel like with the last 2 singles that you dropped, you have Sheesh with Light Skin Keisha, but then you also My Love produced by Mr. Hanky, and I feel like it was like 2 ends of the spectrum. I was blown away. So the first record I want to talk to you about is the collaboration between you and Light Skin Keisha with Sheesh. How did that come about? Is that your girl? Y'all friends, or just in the industry together? What they look like?
Oh no, I'm quite sure eventually we're just gonna be like really close. But it was really our first like working together, and I met her one time at a festival, and she was really cool then. I was like, dang, she's really nice. And then so we ended up getting the link and do the song, and I had already had it written, so they sent it to her, but she sent it back, and like I just loved it. I said, oh wow, yes. And then we did the video together. We had so much fun. We were like taking shots of Casamigos. We really were like playing slide. We were really having fun together. So I think it could develop into like a fun friendship, but like for now it was just music.
Yeah, no, the vibe, the energy was really good. The video looked like it was a lot of fun. It was the fits, it was the look, it was it was just a really, really good vibe. So that's what made me ask, y'all have great chemistry, music, great chemistry in front of the camera. Sometimes that kind of travels outside and it just keeps growing and developing.
Right.
Ask about that. You've been in the industry writing as well. Me about your writing process. I mean, you've worked with different artists like Sammy and Tiny and different people like that. When you write a song, are you writing it for yourself and do you think of an artist to match it with, or are you writing specifically for artists?
It depends on how it's set up. Like every week I'm always in the studio, so I'm just writing. I just think about life experiences or stuff my friends told me. So it's not necessarily like, oh, it's my song. I just call it cataloging. But then if I'm actually in the art or studio with the artist, then I like them to tell me what they're going through, what they want to talk about. Then I really cater it towards exactly what they're telling me. And then there's another thing, like sometimes A&Rs will be like, okay, this is who we need songs for. So I will just think of if Rihanna needs this, let me see how she would sound, you know what I'm saying? And kind of go from there.
I love that. I think it's amazing. The songwriting process in general for me is amazing. Like being able to capture a feeling and so real that you set a mood, like you gifted. Like you are gifted.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, I really enjoy your work. So when it comes to being that you moved around in different places, have demographics like locations influenced your music at all? Because right now you're in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Spent some time in Germany, Denver, where you're from, one of your favorite places. Asian influenced the sound for you?
I think that being born in Germany and growing up in Colorado actually helped me get like that top 40 sound, like the top 10 records, because even our radio that we listened to in Denver, they really only play the same records over and over and over. Like any other music, I gotta find it on Instagram, TikTok, somewhere. But and then coming to Atlanta gave me like the edge, you know what I'm saying? Like where I can like sit in the pockets a little bit differently than a normal top 40 pop song. But definitely being from Colorado helped me get the #1 record I wrote, because it was for a Disney artist, Skylar Stecker. It went #1 on Billboard. So I was like, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Billboard in your IG, and I thought, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about it.
Yes.
So, congratulations. I think that's awesome. So to me, that speaks to your range, and you are out here not just pigeonholed into one sound. So how has that process been for you, writing for a Disney artist versus writing for a R&B artist that's more mainstream?
Right. The process for a Disney artist, really all I thought was, we call it top line melodies, like earworms, something that'll just get stuck in your head over and over. So that's how I think when I think of, like, we call it pop artists or whatever. So I just think top line melodies and what's something that everyone can say, like everyone will say this, and it was called I Only Want You, and we love good love songs. So that's what I think of when I think pop.
I love it. Now, the song My Love that Mr. Hanky, produced. Now that is a fun 90s record. It took me on a journey, like a whole journey. So when I first heard it, I was like, is that Midnight Star? I was like, is that like you, because you hear the beat sample, but then I go to Keith Sweat and I'm like, okay, Keith Sweat, I'm curious, don't stop your love. This is Kissie Lee though. So I love that, the Soul for Real reference. Like you really pulled out these beautiful nuggets and created this song. So when you finish a song and you know it's getting ready to go to the public, what do you hope that people take away from it? Because like for me, I just, kind of woven together the experience that I had. What do you experience to be when you sample such popular songs and when you make it your own? Because Kissie, you did it.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's really the reaction I want, because I know when you're sampling something, you cannot play with it. I take it very serious. I'm like, okay, we got to do this right. It started with Mr. Hanky's beat, and just like, what I want people to take away, I want them to be able to sing every word, like when I get on stage, and I want them to really be rocking like, oh my God, I can't believe she did this song. So I want them to just feel the vibe and feel like they could groove to it in a car, while they getting dressed, while they at the club, while they at a cookout. Like, I just want it to be able to play everywhere too.
Speaking of that stage performance and people really feeling you, not so long ago you performed digitally for South by Southwest. Talk to me about that experience, because obviously it would have been way better to be in front of the people, but because of this pandemic that we are all living through, performances have significantly changed. So how has that been for you? I would say redesigning the fan experience.
Yeah, I think it's, it really has made me focus more on my social media. The South by Southwest performance, it was fun, it's just different, not having people around. So I'm just kind of singing to the camera crew. But it's still, I'm glad that I had the opportunity and that they were still able to do it. I definitely do enjoy being on the stage and the interaction way more, but I know we just have to do what we have to do. So that's why I even focus more on my TikTok, more on my covers, more on my, YouTube and stuff.
You
We gotta just adapt.
Yeah. Well, I think you're adapting. How would you say that your sound has grown? In 2016, you gave us Rules for Girls. In 2019, you gave us the Real EP. How do you think your sound has grown now that we're in 2021 and everything is so instant with music, right?
Mm-hmm.
TikTok is like the way to go. People are trying to get those TikTok hits, but how do you think in the digital age and tech and all the advancements from 2016 to now, releasing music, how do you think that, what do you hope to accomplish with the growth of your music?
What I hope to accomplish is like a really solid, like, base of supporters. I call them like my friends, like people that like been with me since Rules for Girls. Like I just wanted to keep adding on, and people are discovering it, and they're like, we've been on Kissie Lee, you know. Like I just wanted to be like that, where it just really grows. That's why I feel like you know, everyone just be yourself and like show your personality and things like that, so that people will just naturally gravitate towards you. So that's what I just be doing, like having fun on TikTok or Instagram Live. We have a blast. I love, like, I have like my regular friends who come on live and we just have a blast. So like I just stay real personable with everybody, and just I know, I not to be like toot, but I know they're gonna love my music. So I'm like, that's half the battle.
Absolutely. Now, you know, being a songwriter and an artist, a lot of people sometimes say that you have to choose, right? Like you should stick to writing because you can make hella money writing and you're good at it. Obviously, you're really good at writing, right?
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Then you're creative. So obviously you want to perform the music that you write as well. In this process, do you mainly, just like you said, when you work with artists, you pull from their experiences? Do you mainly pull from your life experiences and the particular artist, or do you pull from the headlines and current events as well?
Okay, so if I'm actually like, okay, you're gonna go in and work with whoever the artist is, I like to look at their IG page. I like to see their YouTube, hear how they sound, like, because I need to know how they sing, their tone, if they you know, if they can sing high or low, soft or loud, so I know exactly what range we're sticking in. I like to look at their captions, see how they talk and stuff. And so I do research when it comes to writing for other artists, because I want it to be them. I want them to want it, and I want them to want to make it a single. So I want to do my best.
No. I love that. The reason that I asked, because right now, of course, the major headline is Portia and the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and like,
I love it.
Friends, steal your man, watch your back type situation. Friend, no friend, sorry, not sorry. Like this. Spark something in you to write a little bit when you see these type of headlines?
It definitely gives me some great ideas. I do have fun with some of the headlines and captions sometimes, because, you know, even with Sheesh, like, that's just something everyone's saying right now. We're like, Sheesh, it could be good or bad. We made it a good situation. And so I like to kind of take from whatever's going on in the culture at times and kind of throw it into the song. Yeah, I do love it. It's a toxic vibe right now.
It's definitely a toxic vibe right now. You know, one of the things that I saw on social media, and then I was like, let me go and see what's going on, because again, I keep seeing your name, Kissie Lee, and I'm like, okay, I keep hearing about this woman and she's dope. You did a cover of The Boy Is Mine with Johnny Blaze, and I thought so good. And I saw it on different blogs and people were picking it up. You know, as of right now, is there an artist that you want to work with that like is kind of bubbling and y'all can really like working with light skin Keisha and singing with Johnny Blaze, like y'all are like right at the bubble of right? Do you understand? So is it someone that you want to work with and y'all just take it to the next level, like take it out of here?
Ooh, I would think I would do something really dope with Tink. I don't know if you heard of Tink.
Yeah.
I think me and her actually would make a really fire song. I would love to work with, well, I know like SZA's already up there, but I think she would be a really dope collab. And then Yeah. And then if I'm just shooting for the moon, I definitely always say Bruno Mars.
I say shoot.
Right. Definitely Bruno.
That would be an incredible collaboration for sure.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you worked with producer Mr. Hanky. As far as producers, I'm sure you have your list of artists to work with, like as you just listed. But as producers, are there any producers that you're like, they really understand where I'm coming from, and you ride their beat with your lyrics the most?
Yes, I definitely love continuing work with Mr. Hanky. I like to keep like a top 5, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So keep working with Mr. Hanky. I have this squad called Six Element. It's with Twan the God, Parker, and Phil. They actually produce a lot of my stuff. And then I got Telvin. He's one of Fetty Wap. He did a lot of Fetty Wap's big records. He produced a lot of my real EP. Then I would love to work with Hitmaker. I love his sound. I think he definitely understands me. And then it's a songwriter actually that I'm gonna throw in because he may produce, but Derek Milano to me is so dope. Like I would love to collab with him writing.
I love it. I'm a big believer in speaking it into existence. And so, you got this big Billboard #1 hit that drops. You have your music that's out. Of course, you have Sheesh with light skin Keisha, with Mr. Hanky, and you're putting out incredible projects, incredible EPs. So, I'm always trying to see like what's next? Like, what are you gonna do next? And I love your look and your sound and your vibe. And I just think that you definitely are special in the game. And I don't want you to think that people not paying attention, because I'm telling you, I keep seeing your name flash. I'm like, yo,
we're doing a good job.
You are doing a really, really, really good job. And so I'm
Thank
really
you.
happy for the work that you're putting out. I wanted to ask you, now that you've released this music, and how has the pandemic affected your process? Has it affected your process, or have you written even more songs, or you outside?
Yeah.
How is that affecting you?
I mean, I'm in Atlanta, so we kind of but we've been outside. But when it first like lockdown, it didn't affect my process too much, because if you ever had a baby or you have babies, kids, okay, well, being pregnant at that 8th and 9th month, and then after you have the baby, we on lockdown anyway. So
okay,
I kind of understand how this works. No, but I have a private studio that I go to, so I was always able to go to the studio and write. So it did help me focus more on my social media. It made me like focus on my social media more, which was cool, because then I ended up going viral with Highland Star again, this cover that we did. Summer Walker posted it, then the Shade Room posted it. Then I went viral on TikTok with one of my old songs, It Pours. So it kind of worked out, yeah.
Good. Is there anything that you feel you really want to do next? Like, music is your thing, right? But also wanting to get into acting, or you wanting to because you're in Atlanta, it's like Tyler Perry Studios, like down the street.
Right.
Like, it's so many opportunities, right? So it's almost like if you were not writing and being an artist and being a creative, what would you be doing?
Yeah, no, I would definitely love to be a full-out whole entertainer. Like I would love to do acting. I just like to focus on my music right now, because I know that it's just different things to deal with in each field. And I feel like I conquer this or get to a certain place in this, then I could like delve off into the other stuff. Like I love fashion. And actually, this is funny, nobody knows, but I would definitely start a colon hydrotherapy center.
Oh,
colonics. I would like do colonics.
What they call? Dog.
It's so random. No, but it's like it keeps people healthy. It's like a detoxifying, like healthy side of life. But it's like, I don't want to say it, but it's like basically helping people to poop.
Yeah, that's
okay. You know it.
Yeah.
But it really saves people's lives. Really? And I would love to like at least have one center, and like maybe I wouldn't be able to run it, but like, you know, something that can really help people.
I love it. Multiple streams of income, honey.
Hello. Why not? We should think like that.
Speaking of things that's trending right now, are you into cryptocurrencies at all?
Oh, I do. I have some. Yeah. I actually got really deep into the stock market when the pandemic started. I was like, listen, there's some money to be made here. I got to figure this out. And that's when I just started my Robinhood, and it's been doing good. So I just kind of learn as I go.
No, I feel you. I always kind of want to know, like, what are some other things that are kind of flying under the radar with an artist that we may not know about, but that is like a interesting thing. And that colonic thing, that about took me out. I was like, oh wow, yeah, she you know. No, I think that's really, really cool. What advice would you give artists that are trying to figure it out? I know you are still considered a new artist, but you have figured out a formula that's working for you, that you're able to thrive in. You feel like I feel like you're thriving.
I think I finally have figured out what people like from me. That's what it is. Like I feel like you try things and you figure out, you have to pay attention to what people like the most when you post it, what people like the most when you sing it, when you rap it or whatever, or produce it. Like you definitely want to still stay creative and not let people, it's a weird balance. You don't want to be like, oh, what is somebody going to say? I can't do this. No, you want to still be creatively flowing, but then you still have to look at, okay, people like it a lot when I do this. They like it a lot when I sing like this. And you just got to pay attention to that. I feel like is a big key as well.
Yeah, no, I think that is solid advice, and hopefully that helps somebody and they take it and run and have a beautiful success like you have. Well, Kissie Lee, it has been a joy to talk to you. I love your name. So can you tell me a little bit about your name though?
Yes, I kind of got it from my mom.
Yep.
She used to, like, every summer we'd have to read a whole bunch of like history books and do all this extra work, because she's like, we're not in school, you got to do all this work before you can go play or get on the phone or whatever. So we had to do all this stuff, and I read this poem. It's actually a Black author named Margaret. Her name is Margaret, and she wrote a poem called Kissie Lee. And I was really young when I read it, but it always stuck with me. And I'm like, I'm Kissie Lee. And I really need to memorize the poem so that I can like tell people pieces of it. But it made me feel like, okay, that's me. And I ended up making it my stage name.
I love it. Lee is my mother's middle name.
Mm-hmm.
I always said if I have a child, especially a daughter, I'm going to name her Savannah Lee. So when So when I thought about your name, I was just like, oh my gosh, I love Lee. It's like so cute.
Yes, thank you so much. That's a really pretty name. Oh my gosh.
Into existence.
Right.
I think it's great, and I want people to know your name, remember your name, and get it locked in, because you are an absolute superstar. I truly believe that. Yeah. I told Tiffany, I was like, I really want to talk to Kissie Lee. So
I love it. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for even paying attention and listening. For real, I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, as you get ready to go do your thing, how can we stay in contact with you? How can we follow you and stay on top of your new music that's dropping? And of course, we got to check out your new videos that are out.
Yes, make sure y'all check out my video for Sheesh featuring light skin Keisha. It's already out now on YouTube. Also, My Love, produced by Mr. Hanky. Well, he produced both songs, but that video is out on YouTube too. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, you guys. Type in Kissie Lee, because I do have a lot of vlogs coming, because I'm going to let y'all get in my business. And then definitely follow me on Instagram. It's I am Kissie Lee. Twitter's the same, and TikTok is I am Kissie Lee with the #1. I do have an EP dropping. It's gonna be big, probably the biggest. So get ready.
We are definitely getting ready. Thank you so much, Kissie Lee. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to all of us and all of us. And we love everything about it. So continued success, Mama.
Thank you for having me.